Hello, everybody. Welcome to me and my iPad. Happy Monday, everybody. How was your weekend? Hopefully, I'm broadcasting. It's here in my. I'm doing basically. I'm doing hospice for my kitty, so I haven't been able to concentrate on anything for a week or two. It's been pretty gross, but this is actually one of the things that distracts me. She's in my lap right now, so I've got her under control. She's just sleeping. But yeah, this week art is life, music is art. Art is life, music is art. Art is the thing that makes us feel better when life is crap. I was going to write life is crap. Oh, I know, but I decided not to do that. I'll just say hi to you guys. Jimmy Jazz is here, of course. My checker inner, Pookie Ann, probably in the lurk space at work. We've got Hugh Caldwell, meow. And we got Armless Alley. Pillows of hellos there, my friend. El Roque Avellaneda. And that's all we've got in the chat right now. So this week, if you may notice, I have 2 copies of Stellarvox to give away. And the way I'm going to handle that is I've been looking around and seeing how people handle these things. And I'm going to have you comment, because then I can do the drawing later after the show, and I can let you know in the comments so that you can get in touch with me, or so that I can get you your code. But in order to be on that wheel, you have to be someone who hangs out here normally, or you have to have caught the attention of the mods and the other chatters by being here and chatting in the chat. Because I ain't giving away stuff to people who are just, users and abusers. Right on. Let's bring in my iPad, because my face, I'm not too excited about my face today. So let's get the star of the show in here and hit the ground running with a little bit of exciting and soothing noiseescapes. Right on. Let's go to my corner. I'm only partly in the corner. Look, keep going, keep going. You can do this. Whoa. Why can't I do this? There we go. Perfect. Right. Yeah, no hat. No hat, Leela. It's a whole new age. Yeah, that's because I washed my hair on Saturday. Perfect. A user and abuser. You are not, Pookie. You are so not. You're always at people's shows. You're always donating money to them. You're always buying channel memberships. That is why we call you the legend. User and abuser, right? Yeah, because you can put your name down all you want, but if I don't know who the hell you are, your name not going on the wheel. Right on. Yes, Pookie is the best. Right on, let's open up some AUM. I'm just going to kind of show you what I've already got, what I was, anything that's got Stellarvox in it, I'm going to show you real quick. Then I'm going to do my reading, but this time I'm not going to read out of the App Store. I'm going to read out of the question mark section of the actual app itself. Yes, membership fairy, exactly. So let's look in our files and let's see what we've got. I'm going to check this, like maybe this F sharp minor thing got filled with Stellarvoxes. I think it did. Or maybe it was Zippy's thing. Zippy's my friend. He's got he's on disability, and I check on him a lot, 'cause you should. Honestly, I don't see any. Oh, there we go. There's a little Stellarvox right there. I'll solo that. I'll turn that on. That's just a little. Now I'll plop that in. Wow. See, the thing is that what I like about Stellarvox is that it doesn't make it ugly. It doesn't make it all mushed and crutched and, sloppy and filling all the frequencies with a big mess. In fact, it's quite fun. But anyway, this is like beautiful, beautiful sounds, but I'm going to hop back over. Let's find Zippy's Living Room Disco. Yes, if Pookie's a fairy, we have proof that fairies wear boots. I feel like I put some Stellarvox on this. If not, we'll just switch. We'll just hop in and we'll make something new. Oh, you appreciate my use of adjectives. Excellent. Wow. So right away, before we even start, I'm going to open some Launchpad because we can always use that to give us a beat. I'm not going to do anything too difficult today. But let's hop back over here and let's solo this and make sure it's the only thing going. Now we'll take out the Stellarvox. And as you can see, we have a nice thing going on here, but man, my part is so crooked. It's driving me nuts. But let's not pay attention to that. Let's hop. Wow, so we've got. And I have just taken the factory patch, which the factory patch is everything's turned down. So let's just see how it's got. Now it sounds like a wind blowing through a wild temple or something. And so our dry wet's halfway up. That's all the way up. That sounds like desert winds. Let's see what makes this up. So in our space, we have a temple space. What if we changed it to a hypercube space? That's very different. Yeah. A canyon. And I explain this over and over again at the beginnings of my shows and in the middle and towards the end. But there are people out there who do serious demos that get to every little knob and dial and tell you exactly what they mean and what they do, but that's not what I do. What I do is I try to teach people how to use apps to make music, even if you don't know what the hell is going on. So let's see, hanger, an airplane hanger. Now see, as you watch, the part that you want to watch is this waveform. The waveform changes as you change the parameters. Tunnel. Yeah, see, that tunnel gives you that more, how do you call it? It's just definitely windier. Let's move it back. Let's put it back in the temple that it was in to begin with. As you can see, the whole waveform just changes. And then second, we have types of verb, and it goes all the way from natural, then there's deep airy, spacious, astral, radiant vortex. Massive. Obscure is where we are right now. Mystical, let's change it. Oh, wow. Ooh. It's a mystical temple. There's frozen, foggy, lucid, whisper, esoteric, sublime, spatial, clear, and plain. So this is a very complicated app. The thing is it's filled with presets and a randomizer, and it's actually, well, it's so well made that you literally get almost like beautiful and amazing results without any idea what you're doing. So that's pretty awesome, right? Yeah, these are the kind of sounds that just make me feel more comfortable and more safe. I don't know why. Anyway, then last but not least, we have normal, inverted, or reverse. Let's inverted. See how the inversion changes it? It changes the whole kind of way things are moving. All reversed. So you can hear it change. It's rad. And here you've got your tail level is already way up. We're just analyzing the sound that I've got right now, which, just for your notes, is the sounds of noises by boy, audio thing noises, is that what they are? Oh boy. I've got noises running the Mariana Trench exploration preset. So as you can see, that we've got, the size is partly up. We can make a larger size. We can make more time, more distance, more stereo width. Yeah. Earth sound frequencies. Yeah, this is just gorgeous. So your tail levels, I've got an idea. This would be a perfect time to read. See, when you push this question mark, you get a little manual right there. I'm not going to go crazy reading this entire manual to you, but first let's kind of quickly just reflect on how it works. It's got two different types of reverb algorithms. Convolution, which is a digital signal processing that simulates the acoustic characteristics of different spaces, like with IR impulses, I'm believing. It convolves, which means combines, your input signal with your IR, with your impulse response sample, and then they just get crazy. So it's also got a classic algorithmic reverb that's called second reverb, which is designed to create the kind of unusual craziness it gives. It gives you another opportunity to take and play with the frequencies and the tail and all of that stuff. There are several options that you can use to put it with the main. Let's see, where is that? You can complement or prolong the tail. That's what the second stage section contains controls that set the parameters of the second algorithmic reverb. So your tail is obvious. Your tail is like the long stuff that goes after. So let's hop in, and right now we are at, we've done space, so now we're at tail. So with the parameters of the tail section, and we're going to go back to it, you can make the reverb sound deeper and richer by adding the tail to the space model. Unlike the model, the tail gives very diffuse reflections without spatial location. But using it, you can make the sound of the space more mesmerizing and even surreal due to the transitional timbre coloring. This effect is useful for creating long backgrounds with an infrequent or random short sounds. Ooh, that sounds wicked. Hey, Zach Thong, welcome. And Thomas Christ, it's so good to see you. I guess if you are watching on the replay and you've never seen this before and you're interested in winning the copy, then when you make your comment, you better talk about stuff that I'm doing in here. You better like make reference to specific things I'm doing and saying. So the tail has a level, a decay. So you position the decay point on the impulse response waveform. You can see the mark of this point on the graph. The level of reflections raises from the first reflection to this point. That's the attack phase. After that point, it decays until the end of the IR. So that's pretty cool. And then the envelope of your attack phase can be linear or logarithmic. The decay can be linear or logarithmic. Full, dark, deep, light, mess. That's the timbral nature of the reflections. Full means that reflections are generated over the entire frequency range of the input signal. Mess is closer to echo than to reflections. Or you can just bypass it altogether. Let's close this for now and we will see what the tail is doing. Right in here, our tail has a high level, a very high level, long, long tail. Let's unreverse this back to normal. Let that kind of change. Yeah, right? And it looks like you can import IRs into it. I don't have any IRs, so I couldn't tell you. Those are like if you have amplifier apps, that would definitely work. Hey, Camp Gmae, welcome to you. I need to talk to you about Funk Fest. So anyway, our level is really high. Let's turn the tail down. See? Wow. Let's turn that tail way back up. So here your decay point is. See, now this is where the thing is. A sample or a hold. I don't see a sample or a hold for any of those parameters. And in fact, I'm not exactly sure what that would do. All right, so the attack is now on linear. Now it's logarithmic. I can barely tell the difference. The decay, logarithmic or linear. This is at dark, so there's full. Wow, that I heard that. That it perks up. There's deep. You can just see the subtle changes in your. Wow. Hold button. No, I don't see a hold button. I think I know, like, so you could freeze it. This deep is pretty awesome. Then there's the light. Whoa, that's wild. So we just got a sound coming through here, and like we're just messing around with little tiny things. And now let's put it on mess. That's more like an echo. See, did you see how the inner part of this just went nuts? So let's make the attack long. There we go. See, and watch that whole thing shift. Right, so the sound is continuous like a latch. Yeah. It's not really designed to do stuff like that, but that's interesting. It's an interesting thought. The deep, dark thingy. All right. Let's hop back into the question mark for tone. This section controls the tone of the reflection tail. Now this is fascinating here. The tone of the tail defines which frequency range will be most noticeable in the reflections from the entire frequency spectrum of the input signal. Its operation is similar to that of frequency filters. When the reflection tail level is at a minimum or bypass, this section has no effect on the processed signal. Whoa. Chromaverb has freeze. Very nice. Hey Guzzo, have a good time at work. Thank you for visiting. Thomas knows so much. When the reflection tail level is at minimum or bypass, this section doesn't have any effect on the process signal. So the tone is for the tail. The tone is for the tail. Tail and tone. So if the frequency, main frequency of the tone, value in hertz. So this could be really good this would be super great for, say, if you have a sound and you want to bring out the harmonics of a certain key. I'm believing that would work. Kind of tone it in, and then the difference, that will be the difference between the start and end frequency of the tail. When the frequency of the tail changes from start to end, it affects the timbre of the reflections during the reverberation process. This creates a dynamic reverberation space that changes the timbre of sound in the process. So you could just be like, oh, like an A, and then let's like drip and dribble down. So the width is a bandwidth or amplify. For tone 1, tone 2, tone 3 cut vocalic modes, this is the bandwidth in octaves. So that'll tell you how many octaves worth of frequency sounds you get. For the low high modes, this is the gain at the main frequency. On the graph, conditionally showing the bandwidth near the frequency line. So this is on your graph. Fixed, follow, opposite. Modes for changing the bandwidth depending on the difference parameter. Fixed, the bandwidth does not change. Follow, the bandwidth changes in accordance with the difference parameter. Opposite, the bandwidth changes opposite to the difference parameter. Yeah, woo, an EQ would be really cool, yeah. Yeah, like or an oscilloscope of some kind, you know, just looking at, like watching. I listen, but I could see that you could visualize and watch that too. That would be so cool. I kind of wish I would have done that. We actually could put an EQ on it and just kind of give it a look. Do you want to? I think we should. All right, so if you turn off the tone, the type of tone thing, it doesn't apply to the reflections tail. It's informed from the entire spectrum. Tone 1, tone 2, and tone 3, its reflections are formed from the specified number of tones. The main frequency defines the first tone. The frequency of each next tone is twice the previous. Hey, Ed Zielinski, welcome. Cut. The main frequency will be cut out from the reflections. This effect is not always very noticeable. Low and high. The main frequency defines the boundary after which, low, or up to which, high, the rest of the spectrum is suppressed. In this case, the width parameter sets the gain at the main frequency. Oh, cool. Vocalic forms a frequency spectrum of reflections according with the tone of certain vowel sounds. The frequency parameter sets the number of the vowel. The noticeableness of this mode depends on the spectrum of the input signal. The wider the input signal spectrum, the more noticeable is this mode. Bypass to bypass it. Let's go back to our tone. Woo. All right, here we are. So our tone frequency is set, and I've noticed that this frequency goes down to 220. So and it's, yeah, I do have it. So let's see if we can get it quietly to work here. Pro Q3. That's the best part of my show, is that we get to play together. You get to have some effect on what I'm doing here. So now you can kind of see what's going on. Let's move that up here. See if we can kind of get this so that it's, well, you see it now, right? Now we'll change the frequency up. What's that? Now you can kind of, I see it. That was a great idea, Jim. So then let's now I have an idea. Let's see. I'm going to quickly go into my, I'm not going to do this, so you can continue to kind of hypnotizedly watch the EQ just and I'm gonna look major scale in hertz. All right, so frequency chart. Ooh, this is a good one. Matching frequencies to scale notes. I've got a perfect little thing here. So, it's okay, kitty. Sorry, I had to attend to her. She got a little. She woke up. All right. The chart begins at 27.5, doesn't hear anything much below that as a continuous sound. So let's say it was A. Let's just do A. 110, 220, 440, 880. So let's see. I think we have it at 880. There it is. It's at 880. So we're at A now. And now this difference. See, watch. I'm going to make this large again for you. And then I'll move it out of the way so you can see. But as I move this difference, watch that yellow line. It can go. Listen how the tone's going down now. How the reflections are going down from A. And now they're going up. So if I... Hey, Maddie P. Don't forget, you guys, I have 2 copies of this app to give away. And the way you win is you make a comment in the description. And I will put you on a wheel. And then I will inform you by answering your comment. And then we will do the magic and I will get you your code. I really recommend this app. You really, really want it. My iPad's DSP is 17. I don't know. Put my glasses on. I can't see anything. 37. Yeah, it is. There's less bass. Yeah. Now it's real slight. Now width. Now you can see, look way over here on the left. Oops, can't get it to change. Anyway, all the way to the left, right on top of the tail, you can see it's calculating. So follow, fixed doesn't change anything. Follow. Opposite makes it backwards from what you put in. Now we're cutting the main tone. Let's see if we can, let's turn this up just a teens. All right, so tone 1. Oh, thank you so much, Mateus. Yes, I got my first giveaway. Wow, that sounds a lot windier and more wild. Tone 2. Keep listening. Oop, let's bring in. All right. I see that. Now let's go back to tone 1. See if that looks different. It looks a little more volatile. About the best I can do right there. And then tone 3. Oh, see, now look at it, it's jumping. Yeah, I know, it sounds like I'm in an airport. Desert-esque. Yeah, see, it's way more jumpy on the top end there. Now we cut that frequency out, which that frequency is 880, so it's about right here. The Reality Airlines, yes. Fly high. All meals are vegan. Oh, sad for you guys. Now low. Now it's calculating. Wow. It sounds like we just... Oh, wow, that's... When you use low, it gives it a full... Here's high. If only. I know, and they tasted good too. That'd just be too much to ask. All right, now vocalic. Let's see if we can get it to sound a little ooh and ah-y. We'll turn that difference up. I think that'll make a difference. There's just so many things, and we're not even into this second effects here. But next, I'm liking this though. This is you would starve. I was joking anyway. I feed people. I feed people with modulation. That sounds very exciting. This section controls the modulation of the reflection's tail and tone. In addition to linearly changing the tone using the parameter difference in the tone section, in this section you can set frequency modulation of the tone and amplitude modulation of the reflection's tail. Modulation is not applied if control of the tone is turned off, or the reflection's tail is not used. So, amplitude, the depth of amplitude modulation, easy. Frequency, the depth of frequency modulation of the tone. The rate, that's the modulation rate in hertz. It has sine, triangle, saw, and whatever these other ones are. R sav, square 25, square 50, square 75, exp. Those are your waveforms. Shift, you can phase shift, or you can turn the phase shift off. Bypasses the modulation. I know, it's hard to understand, isn't it? All right, let's close this and let's modulate stuff, and let's see what happens when you modulate. So you'll watch. Let's sting this modulation down. Now you can see, if you're looking, I want your eyes should be like kind of loose, and then there's our little EQ just bubbling away. Seagull Rock, welcome. Now our frequency. Our shift is on. It's a sine wave. Let's use a triangle wave. Our rate. Turn your rate up. It's recalculating, and now you see a little bits and pieces. Keeping. Yes, modulation it's the Bible of modulation. Numbers and impulses responses. Okay. So that's just basic, your modulation is a basic thing, and that's why you've got little, it's like making little, and let's look at that. It does look a little different. I know I don't have a good visual memory, but yeah, doesn't it? It looks a bit like an airplane cockpit. Let's go back and check our second stage reverb. Second stage, it's more like a rocket, right? The second stage controls the algorithmic reverb, which is, pretty much of your regular reverb. But it's based on a series of all-pass delays. It's called Schroeder reverb, and produces mostly very diffuse reflections. Using second stage in addition to the artificial space model allows you to make the tail of reflections even longer and even blurrier. So, level adds the output to the main reverb. When it's at its minimum value, the second stage isn't used. Delay signal before second stage. The value is in seconds. This parameter allows you to shift in time the reflections of the second stage from the main reverb or signal source, depending on the mode. This can add more depth to the space and separate reflections of the stages from each other. The value of this parameter is best set experimentally by listening to the result. High sets the high frequency component of the reflections from min to max. In series, parallel, one after. That's the second stage connection mode. I don't understand most of this, but let's read it off a little quickly anyway. In series, the signal after the main reverb fed to the input of the second stage. The output of the second stage is mixed with the output of the main reverb. The level parameter sets the output level of the second stage. Parallel. The input signal, the source, is fed to the second stage. The output is mixed with the output of the main reverb. Both reverbs operate in parallel. When using the inverted impulse response type, this mode allows you to get early reflections before the main reverb reflections become quite noticeable. The level parameter sets the output level of the second stage. One after. The signal after the main reverb fed to the input of second stage. The level parameter selects between the main reverb and the second stage output, something like dry-wet between two reverbs. Nice. And then the wide-narrow is the width of the second stage stereo. Bypasses it. Let's close this and let's mess around with second stage. We've got some pretty high. Let's turn it all the way down. Yeah, you can definitely hear that that's not there. The second one isn't in there anymore. And let's just quickly look at our EQ. Let's see if it changes as we... I can hear that. If there were cables. You know, some of those apps have cables. I think that's just really cool. Yeah, I don't see a lot of difference in there, but so the delay. Wow. So that kind of brings things in early. Yeah, Igor's apps are always mind exploding, indeed. Hello, the Falcro. I know, I don't understand them either, but I'm reading this because, you know, reading is fundamental. And then the high 80, there we go. Like, don't see much difference here. One after. Parallel. Ooh. Hey, Chili. Parallel then in series. Oh, so I hear that. You hear the wind comes in much faster there. So narrow, wide. Narrow, wide. Not very different. Nope, don't see much difference. Last setup over here. The last parameter one. Hello, Jade Star. Nice to see you, my friend. Right. Effects. This section controls the effects applied to the input signal before the reverb. The harmonics adds an exciter or harmonics to the reverb input, and you know I love stuff like that. Depth sets the depth of the input signal modulation. Even slight modulation of the input signal can make the reverb output more dynamic. Ooh, that's super exciting. Rate sets the rate of the input signal modulation, your values in hertz. The phase shift, off, low, mid, high. Modulation phase shift relative to the right and left channels gives the effect of a wider stereo signal. Stage 1, 2 applies modulation to the signal which fed to the input of stage 1 or stage 2. And obviously bypass it. Let's go back to effects. Let's turn these harmonics all the way down and let's look at our Pro Q and see if anything has changed. Ah! Whoa, no, I've just done something. I just changed everything. Oh well. Now we'll see something different anyway. Why doesn't this move? Let's go. It wasn't doing anything. Right. Harmonics. Let's start turning them up. Wow, this is making a big difference on this. Oh yeah, listen to all of that. It's like you can hear all these little tiny sort of bits and pieces. Take that depth and rate way down. Now let's start pulling it up. Let's look at our... Ooh, see, we have almost nothing in the high end here. Yeah, the main harmonic peak really turned to the high end, you're right. So let's see. Mid. And high. I like it. I think I liked that at mid. Stage 2. Stage 1. Yeah, it's a labyrinth. Now, our EQ section is pretty normal. It's the dry signal's not affected by the EQ, only the reverb output. But so the high is the high shelf filter. The low is the low shelf filter, how much gain. The gain is the gain of the peak filter. Frequency is the frequency of the peak filter. Stereo, mono, left, right, input channel selector. The reverb output is always stereo. So stereo processes left and right channels. Mono mixes left and right channel before processing. Left processes only the left channel. Right processes only the right channel. Bypass the EQ. Let's the output here. A song mode. Haha, you're funny. So that's like obviously level attenuates or amplifies the main output. Low cut filter of the input signal is fed to the reverb. The dry wet mixes the source and the process signal. Mute mutes it. All right, I think we're done with that. So as you can see, high cut up, up, up. High cut down, down, down. Low shelf. You can hear it's pulling things out. Ooh. Wow, turn that low up. Turn this high up. We got a very... Turn this gain up. Your frequency. Let's see, 880 was or we could put something like I'm having a hard time getting it. This is close to the 528, which is like a thing for, so your low cut. Wow, that'll really work for certain things. But I don't like that in there. I want this low. The low is gorgeous. Wow. Let's leave the output plain. Yes, and double tap any one of these and it will give you, let's put this back. Whee. 526, that's close. All right. That's all the way wet. That's all the way dry. So, I think we've listened to this one sound long enough. But I'm just going to random. And then I'm going to change something here. Let's see. I want something... this high. We'll keep that. Let's see. Nothing's bypassed. Let's add some more harmonics. A higher rate. Make it modulate a little bit. And let's mess with the actual reverb stuff. Let's go mystical. Hypercube. All right. So we've got this. Now I've got, let's see, I'm going to solo these two. Now we should get a glitch scaper coming in. Sounds like inside of a conch shell. Wow. Whee. Turn up these harmonics. We got tone 3. So the difference, let's bring that frequency up. Something like 880. Oops. That's at A. We got 3 tones. All right, now it's time to bring in some music. music. We've got noise that's going. I'm gonna, let's see, we've got, all we have is drums in here, so I'm gonna add a little text sequencer. Let's make it really, let's like have one sound per, whoops. Oops, I did that wrong. Let's do that again. Get another text sequencer. And then we'll in audio. Let's get a plain old piano. Let's do piano. Pure piano. Since I didn't get piano tech. Except, you know. Right, so now we want to set the rate to 1 of 1. And I'm going to make our key A minor. Minimum octave. Let's have just the third and fourth octave. Let's just leave all the other settings. And then we'll connect this. So we should just get like one piano per, oh, I don't hear this at all. Is that 90? We'll turn that down. Let's slow that. There we go. It wasn't in the mix. All right. Now that's just boring as heck, right? So let's add some Stellarvox. Of course, your init patch is going on. So let's go through a couple of the presets. This is called Abandoned Sanctum. Not that exciting, but we'll keep going. Arctic Emptiness. Still not very exciting, but we keep going. Surely better than what we had to start with. This is called Boundless Realms. Now I'm going to hit the randomizer. Frozen. The frozen sound probably gives you a little bit of your pulled sound. Let's add a little more second harmonic. Wow, see, that sounds amazing. Kind of like that. I think we could leave that the way it is. Let's add a little bit of, whoops. I'm gonna bring in a little drum, just a little. maybe let's add a sound that comes even less frequently maybe than this one. This one has got one per. Yeah, this is just all of a sudden just gorgeous, right? I have got a couple of sounds. Let's get file player. Oh, the file player is here. I'm gonna load a file. I think it's just like downloads or something, because I moved them from somewhere else. Nope, doesn't look like it. Let's see. Nope, by date. Nope. Oh, you know what? I know where it is. Let's go here. I've got some water. I think this will work. Voice memos. I just recorded these. So I'm gonna share that to audio share. See, this is a nice little sound. Let's try to use this sound. Let's go back over here. I was gonna use EG nodes today for my soundscape, but I ended up they've done so many updates. I didn't really wanna. I want to watch Jade's show before I go crazy with that. So tap to load a file, and you should find them just right in here. Green River Trail. Let's unsolo some of this other stuff. This is like the sounds of a playground, kind of. So let's go Stellarvox. Whoa! Let that hop in. Oops, I should loop that. I wonder what this would sound like if you put some secta on it. Let's add some secta. I'm gonna take off. Stellarvox, let's secta this. This is get a bunch of weirdness in here. It's already a bit weird. Wow, that's nice. There we go. Temple Lucid. Esoteric. Maybe hear some of that in there. Hey, St. Bradley. Jamming, huh? Now we've got everything in there. We've got this fluss. This fluss is already going through the oracles of meditation mooger fooger. Let's just go ahead and add some Stellarvox on there. We're making everything Stellarvoxed. It's random. Automatron engine. Tunnel mystical inverted. Boundless realms. Chords of illusion. More harmonics. It's very different. Club-footed stereum. Ooh, loop mix. Next. I still have time. It's only 12:30. Ooh. That randomizing was good. It's a lot of sound, right? Okay, let's add some loop mix then. You can think of any apps you want me to try in here. We're ready. Let's see. Let's get us a loop mix. Let's use one of my silly things here. Loopy Euclidean. Yeah, listen to that. That's just... Now, Stellarvox. Arctic emptiness. Oh, yeah. Automatron engine. I'm just gonna see. Got a lot of harmonics in there. Chords of illusion. Let's turn the wet mix way up. Turn our output level up a little. Our gain up a little. Club-footed stereum. Coturnix borealis. That's pretty crazy, right? I rather like that. Let's see, maybe more pluck sounds in an A minor. Let's look for something. Let's look for an instrument. You can do that by clicking. Here we are. My AVE. I know, right? Instrument. And I want to make it, I want to have something that, I want like one note that plays like every 4 measures or something. give us fewer. And I'm going to input text quenser. And then I'm going to turn this down to like 25%. So only 1/4 of the notes should come out. Let's solo that. Now we'll connect this to MIDI gates. And we should only get like the occasional well, doesn't this need some Stellarvox? But I think I'm gonna like add some things texture on top of it first. Let's wait. Come on. All right, see, that's just already a little bit more. Now let's throw some Stellarvox on there. We'll wait. I'm gonna go past. Okay, Crystalline Glacier. This is our preset. Wait till one comes through. I want something that's just insane, right? So that's probably not crazy enough. Where? Not a very exciting one. Ooh, Dark Canyon. Look at all the mishmash we've got here. I want something that'll just drag this out. Whip these harmonics way up. We'll turn that tail level way up. Make that a mess. Canyon. Let's make Hypercube. Astral. You can hear that. And let's make those harmonics. Whee! Lots of harmonics. Whee! We'll turn our wet gain rate way up. Level. And we'll add a little high and low. Maybe a little. Add time. Add size. Add stereo. See, nice, long, pretty sound. And we'll take that. answer. And we'll use a sequence one category. Find a little sound that's kind of Stellarvox this baby. Chiptune, right? Ooh. I just used random. Oh, let's see what happens here. I just reversed it. Now you can hear them just whipping in there. Wow. I liked inverted better. Now that it makes these sounds blend so much nicer with their take that reverb off, right? Now let's just add some regular old reverb, right? Let's just find something, effect, time. Let's just use black hole. Sounds nice, but it's not the same. It doesn't all that craziness. Let's go back. Grabbing something. Ooh, how about this rainbow delay? What hell does rainbow delay do? That works with Stellarvox. There's already a lot of harmonics, so I'm going to bring those down. Like cut some time. So you can use it with other stuff. Now there's like more harmonics, and the harmonics are just being see how that goes. All right. Wow. You could easily just go through here and do not a lot of the same thing, but just change a few little things, and you could just like get all the parts for a song. You can obviously do the same thing. You can do the same stuff using it in Logic. You can use it, I'm sure, in 8 Matrix, EG nodes, all of the exciting things. In fact, I'm sure you'll be seeing this app used many, 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 many times on this show in the future. Along with the other apps by Igor, Vasiliev, and which I've got another one. I've got Classic Effects, which is an old one, and I may go and do a show on that one later too. But anyway, I think I have done a decent job of showing you how to make some music with this. Let's just turn that down. Yes. So sign up to win. Only your actions can make it so that you win. And then the hand of fate shall descend. Right on. I'm going to come back. I'm going to face you back. I'm going to get facey with you. Here I am in my face with my no hat and my wild hair. It has been so fun, you guys. I've appreciated and enjoyed this. I liked all of your help and your great ideas. So I will see you guys on over at Jade Stars next. She's playing tape, AI-driven tape saturation. Another app I'm sure I'm gonna want. All right, you guys, sign up to win. I will let you know personally when you win, and I will announce the winners at the beginning of next week's show. Love you guys. Now let's hear what happens when we press stop. There's that King of FM. And then nothing left but this fluus. And then this noises. Boom. All quiet. Oh, my friends, this has been such a good time once again. Big love, all the peace that you can carry in your heart and in your hands. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing something easy. I'm going to be doing hand lettering and drawing in Procreate. I will see you all over at Jade's, my friends. Let's get out of here with my crunchy music. Whoops, that's not it. Or maybe, yeah, let's just get out of here with the sounds of little kids playing. Big love, everybody. Big love. Bye.